What's in store for the remaining two at the Savai Mansingh Stadium on Monday? Let's have Ajit and Hodge look forward to it. Let's look at some playing 11s that they've picked for each team. Hodge's picked the Rajasthan 11, an ideal Rajasthan 11. They do have a few players missing due to unavailability. Ashton Turner, after his heroics for the Australian side in the ODI series, is still with the national side in the UAE. So Hodge thinks that it could be a return for Steve Smith. Will it be as big a return as it was for David Warner on Sunday? Jos Buttler, Ben Stokes and Jofra Archer complete the overseas lineup in a team that has Ajinkya Rahane open with Buttler, and you think the rest of the batting would be up and down depending on situation. Hodge, thoughts on that team?
Yeah, I mean, they have to play at their best, don't they? I mean, they rely so much on Jos Buttler, Ben Stokes as a match winner. Steve Smith, who knows what he'll bring to the table in his first game back. We saw what David Warner did today. So, hopefully he has a good game. Hopefully he gets out there and enjoys his game. But I think Smith in there will give it a lot to help with the captaincy with Rahane, especially just to take a bit of load off. He's got a good, smart cricket brain and he'll help in that sense. But for me, Jofra Archer is a big key. They still need their bowling to step up. Unad Kat needs the lift as well, with some big price tags to his name. But they're gonna have to find some wins early because once they lose Stokes, Buttler, it's gonna be tough.
All right, let's have a look at Ajit Agarkar's team for the Kings 11 Punjab. There's also a bit of reliance on the top two in this team as there was last season. KL Rahul and Chris Gayle up top. You've got Nicholas Pooran in that team, Ajit. There's a good chance he could take the gloves ahead of KL Rahul if that is to happen. Otherwise, Rahul is always a backup option for wicketkeeper. Andrew Tan, Mujibur Rahman round up the overseas contingent. You have room for two Indian seamers in Shami and Rajput, and therefore the $1 million risk spinner or mystery spinner Varun Chakravarti from the TNPL may not find a place. Of course, Kings 11 are also still waiting on his fitness. Looks like he may not be fit enough anyway for this game. Ajit, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Enriques is one person that they miss. I mean, they with this sort of lineup, they'll look like going in with 5 bowlers. That the 11 that I picked, which puts the onus so much more on the batsmen. Chris Gayle and KL Rahul in particular, who've been in sensational form. I mean, Rahul last season and Chris Gayle in recent times. So those two will have a big role to play along with Karun Nair and Mayank Agarwal. Those guys need to step up. Nicholas Pooran can be very effective in that middle order. Don't ever like going in with just 5 bowlers, but unfortunately at this stage, Sam Curran's the only one that option that they have, and to me is a little bit more condition specific in T20 cricket, at least in India, and doesn't go in ahead of Nicholas Pooran. So some questions to be answered. Like Brad said before, it's first game. It's so much more difficult for teams to know what their best 11 is. But you still don't want to start strongly, so they'd be hoping for that.
Like for like though, do you pick one team over the other at this point, just squad wise? Or is it hard between these two teams?
Yeah, very difficult, but I think just Rajasthan for me. Because playing at home, I think they seem, at least on paper, to have a few more match winners than Kings 11 do at the moment. Although Chris Gayle could have a big say in that.
There are a lot more teams that are looked at as real front runners or favourites. It's still so early in the tournament, but that means this kind of game, even though it's the first game, assumes importance to try and nick points off teams that you think aren't quite the stronger ones.
Yeah, huge. I mean, especially in particular for Rajasthan, who you think are going to lose a couple of match winners later on in the tournament. But for both as well, even Kings 11, you'd hope that Ashwin wants to get his side off to a good start. Just settle that team, get the best out of those Karnataka boys. I think that's really important, Mayank Agarwal and Karun Nair in particular. That if you can get that middle order sorted out, I think they'll go a long way. Because Mujib's a serious match winner. Ashwin on his day is a match winner of the ball, and AJ Ty as well. They can do a good job.